So you are working, but you feel like you're just falling further and further behind. It's like one step forward and then two steps back. If you are ready to start seeing some real progress, let's go. Hi guys, it's Laura, and I know that feeling where you just cannot seem to catch up. I constantly feel like I am chasing that like clean slate, towards the end of every year. I'm all, right, this is it. I'm gonna tie up all the loose ends and declutter everything I don't want and just take care of everything, catch up on my to-do list and start fresh. And it never works out that way. But I have picked up some tips and tricks along the way that actually help me to at least keep up. Next phase is actually, getting ahead, but one step at a time. So maybe you are trying to get your house in order, maybe you are taking on a big decluttering job, maybe you are in the middle of some other big project and you just cannot see an end in sight. Step one is to drop what you are doing right now and take a snapshot of what life is currently like. It could be like a literal photo of a cluttered room. It could be a brain dump of all of the tasks you have to do. Could be like maybe some journaling about what life is like for you right now. Could be all three. Now I won't lie, this is probably going to do nothing for you right now, but trust me, having a before picture is going to prove invaluable when inevitably later on you feel like you're getting nowhere, and then keep taking those snapshots along the way. Just take my word for it, looking back, you will be amazed. Step two then is to start alternating. So there is always this debate about whether you should start on the hard stuff, get all of that out of the way, and then all that's left will be the easy stuff. But it is obviously much harder to actually start in those situations, so you may end up actually doing nothing. Or if you do, then it could be a case that the hard task takes up most of the day or all of the day, and then you just feel completely defeated because you're not able to or you're only ticking one thing off your to-do list, or maybe if you didn't quite complete it, you're ticking nothing off your to-do list. So even though you did get something done and you were working all day, it can still feel like really disheartening. On the flip side then, you could start with all of the easy stuff and try and work your way up to the hard stuff, but I think the risk there is that you will just run out of steam and motivation, maybe even time, before you get to the hard stuff. So even though you're getting lots of little things done, you're not really making progress on the important things, on the things that really matter. You won't really have anything significant to show for your efforts. So which is best? Well, let me tell you how I fold clothes, and I promise you there is a point. I start with one or two pretty big chunky items, maybe jeans, a hoodie, something like that, and that is so that I can reduce some of the bulk right off the bat. It is a quick win for me. I feel good about it. I feel like I can tackle the rest of the pile. It just feels manageable. Then I switch to the fiddly stuff, like underwear and socks and strappy tops and all the million little things. And then just as I am running out of steam with those and just generally thinking that I never want to fold clothes ever again, I'm done with that stuff and it's back to a handful of the big items, finishing strong. That is how I try to approach all tasks. I start with a quick win and then I move on to a harder task. I will then keep at that until I am basically ready to rip out my own eyeballs. And then I switch back to a simpler task. If you do that, you will be taking lots of things off your to-do list, and not just all the small little kind of meaningless things, but also the big important things too. You will be making decent, all-round progress, but let's not stop there. Your to-do list is probably still a little bit daunting. You still have a huge pile of decluttering to do. You still have a lot of cleaning and organizing to do. Start batching your tasks. So group all of the similar things together, then knock them out in one go. By sticking to like one decluttering category or one area that you're cleaning or whatever it is, you will be able to like fly through those tasks so much quicker. You will already have, you know, everything set up and close at hand. You will be in the zone, like physically and mentally. You'll be starting to do things on autopilot. You know, you won't be starting with this task over here and then switching to this thing over there and then back here for another thing. Batching helps you build up momentum and get yourself into a good groove. It's like when you're at a disco. Do they still even call them discos? Am I showing my age here? When you're at a club, I'm sure that's acceptable, and the DJ is just like playing one hit after another. You're dancing, having a great time, and then the slow set comes on. Half the crowd leaves the floor, and then they do all the slow set in one go, and then it's back to bopping, which I believe is the cool term. But if the DJ were to keep switching between like fast and slow songs, you would quickly get fed up. Like you wouldn't know whether you were coming or going. Batch your tasks like a DJ batches beats. Totally down with the kids. And then to keep it going while you are in the zone, you need to make quick decisions. The same way a DJ doesn't stop like in between each song to try and figure out what he's going to play next. He's just straight into it. If you have watched this video, it is about my like aha moment around this topic. I was standing in Dollar Tree for I don't know how long trying to decide between two green tubs. Honestly, I'm almost like embarrassed to tell you this story, but I did. I stood there for a long time, like mentally listing out the pros and cons of each. I wasted a good chunk of my morning on a completely meaningless decision. If something is slowing you down, if it's breaking your momentum or like otherwise stopping you from making forward progress, just make a decision, flip a coin. I've talked about this before, maybe you've seen it in a previous video, but if you are agonizing over a decision, it's because there is no like right and wrong answer. It's just not black and white. So make the choice and move on. If you still cannot get past this stumbling block, then just set it aside, come back to it later. But moving on and doing something else, you know, putting some time and distance between you and the choice, generally giving yourself a bit of a break may help to also give you some perspective. It may give you the answers that you need. But do not agonize over insignificant things. Don't break your momentum by constantly stopping and starting. Just keep the ball rolling. Keep the beats dropping. Took that one too far, didn't I? If you are facing this dilemma with decluttering, you just cannot seem to make any progress, there are so many things holding you back, you are going to love my Clutter Cure-All course. It is the cure to all of your clutter woes, the answer to all of your clutter questions. It is your complete guide to getting your home in order. It walks you like step by step through all of the obstacles you will face, all of the questions you will ask yourself, all of the categories you will tackle. Just like in this video, I will be talking you through it. It is like digital hand-holding at its finest from start to finish. Everything you need to know about transforming your home from attic to basement. And I am opening the doors very soon. I'm very excited about it. There is a link in the description where you can get yourself on the wait list. You will get early bird pricing and you will get first access. Honestly, I cannot wait to share this with you. Get yourself on the list. It is all kicking off very soon. Gyra míle mágwebh. Agus feici mé siú go lua. Slán. Can't even remember the last time I went to a disco. Like 16 years ago. Okay, that is going on my like post-lockdown to-do list. I am not down and out just yet. Sometimes when I don't do the folding for a while and it starts to build up and there are just piles of it, what I do sometimes is just throw it all into the dryer or the microwave, washing machine, close the door, just walk away, pretend it doesn't exist. Out of sight, out of mind.